Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Data here, and welcome back to our live series on Hockey Legacy Manager 26, our Draft to Glory series with the Palermo Portobellos. Buonasera tutti. Benvenuto and welcome as we're moving into years 2 and 3 of our series tonight. Last episode, episode 0 was introing the series. Episode number 1 was actually going through, okay, here's our first draft. Ryan Rubrick, welcome aboard. We're going through the entirety of year number 1, 2026-27, where we still don't have a team just yet. This Draft to Glory series means that we can only use players who are drafted from the NHL entry draft. So year number 1, we just went ahead and simmed to the end. We were terrible. We got a good draft pick. Great. Now, well, technically year number 0 was that. Year number 1, whatever you want to call it. Now we're moving into year number 2 and 3 tonight. That's why the episode is called Fast Forward. We're going to be going through years 2 and 3 so that next episode can be just year number 4 when these players are ready to make an impact, or at least some sort of impact in the NHL. Flamecraft, welcome aboard. Can't wait to see what the first superstar on the team will be. Me as well. I as well. My friend. Jenzy McKenzie, welcome aboard. Let's get into it now. That will just be around... Actually, no, because I have nothing to do on the YouTube side. I got it before. I can get started right away. But I will just check to see any of the comments left in the last one. Thank you to a lot of people who have been shouting out their YouTube recaps for the year and all that. That my channel made top 2 or top 3 or number 1 for them. I appreciate that. Let's see, in the last one. So yeah, we were talking about who are we going to be taking with our first pick. We finally get the first overall pick. Last year, we lost the draft lottery, dropped from 1 to 3. Doggy, one of our channel members, bonjour et bonsoir. If you look at the prospects here, we finally get pick 1, and it looks like the obvious choice would be Landon Dupont, but Alexis Joseph with the potential overall of 91 is also very tempting. So Landon Dupont, the overall is already going to be very high. That's a great thing coming out of the draft. Could he play right away? That's a question. Cagney in the comments in the last one said, Dupont is a slam dunk pick as a franchise D. I would anticipate we may need to make some trades down with our top pick in coming years to try and get more D in addition to the inevitable high-end forward picks we'll end up drafting. Hopefully we can find a goalie with elite/starter upside with the second round pick. Getting that top goalie is so critical to trying to get the team competitive within the coming seasons. I still think we'll be at least 5 or more seasons away from having a team that isn't by far the worst in the league. Yup. We'll see how it goes, but at some point, figuring out a good approach to move quickly through a couple seasons per stream might get us there to a more interesting point in the series more quickly. And now here we are doing exactly that. So Joseph would be green elite, says Doggy. But Dupont would be medium franchise, even if he's a lower potential overall, lower potential. Yes, even though he's a lower potential overall, he has higher potential in terms of just potential, period, right? But we'll wait and see how things go longer term. Dupont as a defenseman in our system, I think, is the obvious pick. And that was about it. K-Samples off the comment saying, after all these years of watching the masterclass every year of data scouting, that first draft was rough to watch. I know it killed you, Data. Yeah, it's tough when the draft doesn't always go your way. Our scouts aren't great in our system just yet. Welcome aboard, everybody. Mighty Joe, long time no see, one of our channel members. Mighty Joe in here. Hobbsy, another channel member. Go Mushrooms, happy I can catch this one. And Cagney, another channel member. Ciao bellos. Buonasera tutti e benvenuto. Grazie tutti. Thanks to everyone who's able to make it tonight for this Friday night stream. Hope you all had a lovely week. Sorry, I just got to clear my throat. Give me a second here. Thank you. So how many defensive prospects do we have, says Doggy. If we look at the organizational breakdown, we look at the players according to age. So we don't have that much in our system. All the guys who we drafted last year, right? I mean, well, we do have names, but do we have that much talent in our system? Rubrick, the highest, then L'Italien, Hakansen. But who else is out here on defense? Logan with depth of potential. Tremblay with red top 6 potential. And Paju with 7th D potential. So not a lot of defense in our system. We want to be heavy on the defense. And maybe a guy like Ryan Rubrick even makes it to the team for year number 2, as we'll go through the entirety of years 2 and 3 in the stream. Year number 0 was just getting to our first ever draft. Year number 1, last episode, I guess if you want to call it. No, you could call year 1, year 0, episode 0, year 1. I don't know. There's different ways you could think about it. But moving into these next couple seasons, will we see our prospects make the team is the question. All right, so let's go to the draft. Let's get this started. Leave like if you haven't already. Let's get some good luck going in here for the team. The Palermo Portobellos ready to make their first overall pick, as last year we dropped from 1 to 3. Now we finally get number 1. We have 1, 34, 67, 100, 133, 166, and 199. And the first pick obviously is going to be Dupont, I think. Now, do we want to make any other trades of our prospects to find later picks? We'll think about that. All right, starting the draft. Let's get started. Start draft, and here we go. With the first overall pick, it's going to be Dupont, so let's head up to the podium. And what team is he on here? Everett? Silver Tips? Is that what they are? Anyways. Benvenuto tutti. With the first overall selection in the 2027 NHL entry draft, the Palermo Portobellos are proud to select from the WHL, Landon Dupont. Welcome to Team Bello. You are 81 overall, medium franchise right out of the gate. There's our franchise defenseman who's going to be here for hopefully the entirety of the series. Dupont and Rubrick going to be our anchors there. So fingers crossed. Now, who else was out here? Skvortsov goes next, 77 high elite to the Penguins. And the Sharks take Eklund Aspe, 50 overall, medium elite. What? So Alexei Joseph, actually, where was that guy ranked? Number 8. Eklund Aspe goes number 8. Silver Tips, that's what it was. That's crazy. Number 8 to number 3. Joseph drops all the way to 4, 76 high elite. What a pick for the Nashville Predators. Warren, 72 medium elite going to the Blackhawks. Pelosi, medium elite going there. So we'll go ahead and sim to next pick now. All right, now at 34, who is out here at 34? A couple of guys with high potential overalls. We have 3 minutes to think about it. Here we go. So there is Smith, Cage Smith, who jumped from 42 to 32, 87 potential overall, two-way forward who we could move out, or change out in his player type. There's also Jamie Glantz, 55 points in 68 games in, was that WHL? Yes. Don't know his potential overall. Brock England. Any goalies out here, though? Salsanas. Who's this guy? Fabian Salasanas. Perrault is interesting as a sniper. Perrault, there he is. Yeah, he dropped from 31 to 40. 86 potential overall. Ludovic Perrault. I love that. Ludovico. Smith. Yeah, he might be the highest for potential overall. Yeah, it looks like he probably would be. Perrault, Arena, Brightus, Rausa. For the goalies, potential overall, Ellsworth could be a guy we look at later on. We don't know anything about these guys, unfortunately, like Salsa. We pick at there's a couple at 78 and 80. We could go at 67. Goalie at 67, maybe. Nothing obvious for goalies. Yeah, I think goalie at 67. But for right now, I'm seeing England and Perrault as what the AGMs are saying here. So Smith, Cage Smith. Can we see some of the attributes here? Not really. Offense 65, England 65, Perrault 64, shooting 64. England says doggy. How long do we have here? Minute 18. So I think 2 votes for England, 1 vote for Perrault so far, 1 vote for Smith as well. Get your votes in here, AGMs. We got a minute to think about it. England is 8 months younger and has better defense. I like that. Just there's the negative, the fact that the two-way forwards in game won't have as good of chemistry. We'd have to change his player type. Williams, an option if we go defense. Yeah, on defense, Williams, 85 potential overall. Cohen Williams. I like that too. Even Brightus, 86 for that left side. Dominic Brightus. That's a tough call. We have 30 seconds to think about it. Brightus, Smith, England. England is younger at 17.1. 85 is risky for second rounder, says Doggy. Tough one. A lot of us know the actual potential for RSB rosters. Also true, right? I have HLM on standby for potentials if we need. Oh, it's okay. We won't cheese it. Thank you, though, Flamecraft. I think, yeah, it seems to be a slight edge towards England. So I think we're going to go with 5 seconds left here. Yeah, Hobbsy agrees. All right, Brock England, welcome to Palermo. 64 overall, medium top 6 potential. We'll try to go goalie at 67 here. Let's sim to our next pick. Actually, let's sim the next here. Williams was 62, medium top 4D. Glantz was top 6 forward. Stenlin was top 4D. Collins. Where's Smith? Perrault, they're 63, medium, top 6. Smith is still here. Brightest goes. Smith goes 64, medium, top 6 finally. Sim to user pick. Let's see who's out here. 45 is still here at 67. Wow, that's pretty risky, though. Bogdan Vasilevsky. Love these names. Pavo Laine, not Patrick Laine. Chickadee, welcome to the stream, my friend. I think we probably go goalie here because our next pick comes at 100. And there's a few goalies we could look at right here. Etu, E2, Eric 2, and Alex Miller. I don't know what the offense and defense mean. Cam York, welcome to the stream. Rausa or a goalie? I'm leaning goalie here. But there is a green potential 86 guy here in Rausa. Rausa, it's tough to pass that guy. A power forward, Uri Rausa. Rausa or the goalie? The goalie is only 83 potential overall, so maybe it's medium starter. Thanks, been powering through my franchise mode in year 7. Love it. Yeah, I love getting your updates. Appreciate that, Chickadee, over the Discord server. So do we go for an 83 potential over? Oh, maybe we take Ellsworth with our next pick. Yeah, that might be it. Gavin, welcome to the stream, buddy. Good evening, Data and chat. Hope you are all having an excellent Friday evening. Thank you, and you as well, my dear friend. Yeah, Ellsworth. There you go. Read your mind. Ellsworth with our next pick. All right, that's going to be it. Let's go Rausa. Rausa. Fingers crossed here. Uri Rausa. Yee. Top 9. Gen Z was right. Green potential at this point usually means top 9 forward or top 6D. It's not the end of the world. If we missed a goalie, I would have been upset, but we'll still get our goalie next anyways. All right, Rausa, high top 9, still valuable in a draft to glory, that's for sure. Next pick at 100. Sim to user. Next pick at 100. There's also this guy, 86. Leanders. We have to get a goalie eventually, though, and before they're all gone. So Ellsworth is going to be our guy. That's at 120. Pick at 133. Yeah, it's got to be Ellsworth. As tempting as Leanders would be. And who went after our last pick? Where was it? 67? 2 was 65 medium starter. He just went next after that. Miller was 61 medium starter. Like medium mid starter. Okay. Anyways. Could we move up with the 133 or whatever pick? It's we have to use prospects. But potentially, if we were to say San Jose, we want pick 101, we have to trade someone in our system. 2063, like Tremblay, but offensive defenseman. Are we in the position to say here's 133 and 199? No, they wouldn't do that anyways. It would take 133 and one of our prospects probably. Like in theory, 133 and depth potential. Rita, that goalie who didn't work out for us? No. Hobbsy says, select this 86 potential overall defenseman. Flamecraft says, I think we go goalie. Ellsworth had his milk, says Mighty Joe. Tough one. I have a minute to think about this here. Vancouver. Could we trade some of these depth guys we drafted last year? Rita, Lashkovich, and 133? Yeah, we need a goalie eventually. Would they want to do that trade? No. We just need a goalie. We need a goalie eventually who's going to have better than depth potential. All right, Ellsworth. Colin Ellsworth, welcome to the team. Thank you, medium starter potential. Whew, thank goodness. 63 medium starter. I wanted Leanders, but let's see what his potential would have been. Osborne, Hubbard, Freeman, Leanders. 61, only medium top 6D. Thank goodness. All right, it worked out. It worked out. Sim user at pick 133 now. Who's out here? At 133, depth potential guys are going. Torvinen, who's ranked 115, is still around. Anyone in potential overall? Barabanov, 80 potential overall. We can look at him later on. But for right here, right now, any big risers or big fallers even? 122, Lucas Hertuinen. Lucas Hertuinen. Joachim Torvinen, 38 points in 68 games, 23 and 52. Torvinen, centerman, we don't know his player type. In the later rounds, I usually go for the top potential overall. Yeah. Maybe we go defenseman here, actually. And this guy was 79 potential overall. Watts, maybe he has top 60 potential. That's 158. This is pick 133. We'd be gone by the next one. Yeah, we got to take some defensemen here. Torvinen's interesting, but we got to take some defense. Cadieux, Émile Cadieux, Alain Laflamme. Potential. At least do we have offense here? No, 66 on. Well, these are some wild rankings, though. Probably Watts then. 158. Martinsons. Martinsone. Oleg Martinson. 2 games. Nothing. Yeah, I'll go for Watts. Sean Watts. Medium top 6? Yes. 48 overall, but medium top 6. Got some potential in the system. What was Torvinen? Let's see. Laflamme, 7th D. Hey, there's Martinson. Depth potential. Ooh, thank goodness. Same for Kadzier. Hertuinen goes with medium top 9 potential. Where's Torvinen? Torvinen had low top 9. Wouldn't have been horrible. All right, 166 now. We have 2 more picks, 166 and 199. Potential overall. We'll take Barabanov with our last pick. We go defense again here. This guy from Germany, 36 points in 64 games. Denisov, 30. Wells, big jump, 523 jumps. Younger as well. Or the offensive defenseman from Norway, Norvald Gullikson. Let me grab a sip of water while some of the AGMs think about that one. Doggy says, Cooner Dark Red. Fintan, good evening. Another one of our channel members in here. A lot of channel members getting on tonight's stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There's going to be a channel member exclusive video coming out soon to start talking about our next series. Look out for that. Yeah, highest potential overall is no one no one special, unfortunately. 80 overall. That'll be our last pick. Anyone else generally always avoid the deep red, low like potential? They have to be like 90 plus potential overall for me to take them anyway. Yeah, I agree with you there, Cagney. Chance the German kid. All right, even Rutu, potential orange potential, maybe orange potential. Tony Rutu, center sniper. Let's do Rutu. Rutu, hey, top 9 potential, nice. And what was Kurner? Top 6 defense. That was top 6 forward. Okay, top 6 defense versus top 9 forward, similar. No problem. And our last pick at 199. Oh, there's an Italian. Oh, we got to take this guy. Luca Torchio jumped 446 spots. Oh, we got to take him. No question, we got to take him, right? Too bad you can't sort by nationality, it looks like. We wanted to take Barabanov, but we got to take him. Luca Torchio, 51 points, 17 years old. Yeah, that's a slam dunk pick. Easy. And he is low top 9, 58 overall. All right. Now, if we wanted to get one more pick in here for that guy Barabanov, if we want to try and take one of the last picks in the draft or one of these later picks, I don't know. Detroit, would you trade with us? A 7th for a couple of these depth potential guys. They would do that. All right. So we'll trade 2 depth potential guys who we drafted to Detroit. And we will draft, cross your fingers. We trade 2 potential. Why can't I sort by potential now? Good thing I remember what his name is. Don't tell me he's gone. He was ranked like 300. Did he go? I don't see him. But no, he didn't go. Why won't this game let me do things? We don't have a bunch of depth, though, unfortunately. Who did we get? We took Landon Dupont with our first pick. Oh, by that's why. Thank you. My bad. Then why did I look? When I looked him up, he wasn't even there. All right, so we trade 2 depth potential guys for 1 with top 9 potential. All right, great. Yeah, that was my bad. And that's the draft. There you go. I will say that we'll call it a successful draft. More pieces into our system. Dark semi-pro potential going last. That's tough. Go ahead and save that. And let's save as well here. Yeah, some solid late picks. No semi-pro or depth potential, anything like that. Now contract extensions. Go to contracts. We have to always sign all these guys. So we have no one signed. We have 0 players signed. No worries, doggy. All right, so is Dupont being signed to play in year 1 as an 81 overall? I would think so, right? Is anyone in disagreement with that? Adam Ernie, here you go. Take your 10 million. Would anyone be in disagreement? Don't sign Dupont? Domingue, we need a better goalie than Domingue, so we can keep Domingue, but we need a better goalie. Sign and play. He's going to cry seeing the team. Yeah. Sign everyone, says Flamecraft. Like, is it time going into our next season to say now whoever's in the system, we throw them in? Rubric, depth potential guys, everybody? Or do we still, how cautious do we want to be of player growth, right? I think his development curve will be better in the NHL. There we go. All these bums. How many bums do we need, though? So unsigned players. Are we signing Ryan Rubric? That'll be a big question. Let's start with Dupont. I should seriously consider not signing him for a few reasons. He might gain a losing mentality. Oh, for the realism? True, but he's also going to start being the anchor of this team at the same time. It could go either way. Or do we say it's time to start putting these players into our lineup, and if they get stunted, that's just part of it? Like, we didn't want the entire team to just be a bunch of bums and Ryan Rubric, but now it could be a bunch of bums and Dupont and Rubric and Hakanson is now a 70 overall. We can at least put a few of those guys in there. Now, we do want to do realism, for sure. But they know where they were being signed. It's a draft to glory. Maybe it's time to give just at least the big dogs, right? We give Rubric, we give Dupont contracts. What's the threshold of making the NHL? Maybe 70 overall? And we'll see who else grows over the offseason. I'd wait until they're at least 79, says Cagney. All right, so I won't sign anybody else. Hakanson's going to be a fringe one. No RFAs, right? Yeah, no RFAs. Gets advance a day. We can sign them, and if they're not good in the preseason, we just send them. Yeah, that's true. That's also true. All right, we're at 38 million now with 7 contracts. Just keep smashing that button. We'll see who makes it and what kind of growth we get over the off-season lottery. Always 1 year, though, because you never know from year to year. Nice try. All right. Where does that put us now? That puts at 11 forwards. Okay, so 1 more forward. Leonard. Maybe we get some better guys in free agency now, though. 4 D1 goalie. Yeah, I'm going to let all these guys walk. And we'll get some rent. Actually, no. We said we can't do free agency, right? Only the goalie is where we can do free agency. That's right. It's draft to glory plus. These are expansion draft guys. Of course, we need to sign these guys. I don't have an option. I forgot. It's only the goalie where we're going to give ourselves some leeway because we won't get any success if we have 72 overall goalies forever. So we'll allow ourselves to sign a slightly better goalie. But we can't sign free agents in this series. I forgot about that. Okay, that gives us 2 more forwards, gets us to 13 forwards, 6D. got some retirements. I think that's what is playing with the numbers a little bit. We're at 6D. So we'll have to sign one of our unsigned guys then. One of our defensemen is going to have to join the team. Highest overall of defense would be Paju, 2065. Yep. We need just to be able to fill the team. Literally just to fill the team. We need to have him in there. And for the goaltending, Ellsworth can stay, no problem. But, sorry, all goalies. Dominguez signed on, and we'll need another goalie. That'll be it in free agency. One more goalie, and that's it. Last day for contract offers. Yeah, these guys are going to be released. No problem. Did I take care of the staff already last season? I think I did. So staff is good to go. I mean, well, for extensions at least. All right, let's get to July 1st. Let's sign ourselves some sort of random goalie. Who's out here in free agency? Middlestad, Kopitar. Let's see. We're not going to be doing anything big anyways. 84 overall is the highest thing. All right, so goalies. Someone who has... Anyone have high interest in playing with us? 4 goalies have high interest. All of them are in the 60 overalls, right? So we'll just take medium then, I guess. The best with medium and isn't going to be in the NHL probably. Vitek Vanacek. Sure. Someone without potential as well. Vitek Vanacek. 1 year, 4.1. Send him the offer. There we go. Could leave that to auto-generated players, but will be interesting to see if we kill a 65 overall mediocre prospect playing in the NHL. We'll see. We'll see. It's part of the challenge. No slip-ups. Welcome. Hey, Data. I'm bouncing between NHL 14 and 2K10. I'm loving every minute of it. Hey, the good old days, right? Awesome. Happy to hear that, man. Let's go back to the main screen. Where's that main screen? Hold on 4 seconds. Oh, there. Offers. Let's go. VTech on board. Welcome, VTech Vanacek. All right. We're going to exit free agency now. Why can't we sign free agents? Because the draft to glory, we're only going to be using players who we're only using players we drafted in the entry draft. Because we don't have enough yet, we're allowing ourselves to use some players we got from the expansion draft. But no players can be acquired through trade or through free agency. We have to draft everyone who we play. Zach Fucali was out there. Didn't see him. But we had Vitek Vanacek on board. All right. Anything else here for the staff? Any changes we could make? Any improvements? Hire staff. Looking at the scouting. Only 13 is the best. Yeah, anyway. So I think we did this last episode, if I'm not mistaken. So the scouts and the coaching staffs are good to go. I think we just sim to the start of next season now, correct? I'm pretty sure. Okay. So calendar. And let's go ahead and sim. All the way to August 1st. We'll get to, what is that, Hall of Fame stuff? No, it's not Hall of Fame. No trades. Thank you. Yes, it is Hall of Fame. Okay, 2027 Hall of Fame. Yeah, last year was Fleury, Thornton, Bergeron, and Marlowe. Let's see. Nominating. Who's going to be nominated? Eric Stahl's going to be nominated without us giving him a nomination. Cujo, Miller. Do we get Chris Osgood from the Hall of Very Good into there? Sorting by points. Claude Provo is there? How come that? Like they're going by what ranking points per game? Let me give Duncan Keith a nomination. Why not? Duncan Keith, I'll nominate you. Duncan, and there you go, Flamecraft. I read your mind. All right, so Cujo we're gonna give a vote to. Eric Stahl gets a vote for sure. Who else gets a vote here? Rod Brendamore, is he a Hall of Famer? I could see it. Joseph Stahl, Brendamore. Who else? Dalmfus had 1,200 points. Ryan Miller, Chris Osgood, 400 wins. Duncan Keith. Vincent Lecavalier. Brendamore or Kachuk ought to be. No, Kachuk is even here. That's crazy. Dalmfus. Vincent Dalmfus. Or do we give our vote to Duncan Keith? Osgood, says Mighty Joe. We're already voting for Cujo. And we can't not vote for Stahl, I don't think. He's probably the shoe-in of the forwards. Excuse me. Now the water starts coming. Hiccups already go. Cujo, Stahl, Brendamore, Dumfus. Cujo almost made it in last year, I think. These are all second-year eligibility guys, even though it's not really their second year. But Keith, Stahl, Brendamore, Miller. Keith, Stahl, Brendamore. Miller over Cujo? No, I can't do it. Miller had similar, if not better, numbers in some ways. But Cujo, different era, almost 1,000 games played. Am I just romanticizing Cujo? 51 shutouts, Miller 44. I'm just going to confirm the votes. All right, there you go. Eric Stahl, Curtis Joseph, Rod Brendamore. Cujo is actually unanimous, so I wasn't the only one. Stahl and Cujo are in unanimously, and Rod Brendamore with 31% of the votes makes it in. Stahl, Cujo, and Brendamore. We'll see next year, which we're getting through 2 seasons in this episode, so let's start flying through things. We'll see the offseason growth, and then we'll get into the 2027-28, sorry, 2020, in 2026-27. Wait, that's the year we just did? Right. So it's 2027-28, and we're not going 2026 to 2028, we're going 2027 to 2029. My bad. Anyway, so the Rangers won the Cup here in 2027. We had a 4-win season. Kaprizov led the league with 68 goals. Marner 74 assists, tied with Capo Caco. Wow. Kaprizov 136 points. Biggest trades, Reinbacher and a first for Kachetkov, Canadians and Hurricanes. Wow. Vince Dunn to the Capitals for Ryan Chesley, and a first. Joey Decord for a first. Big extension for Hughes, Makar, Demidov. Wow. All right, continuing on, sim to the preseason. Let's see. Cross your fingers for that growth. Here we go. Watts, Plansar, Rutu, Rubric up to a 78, Hakansen 72. And aside from that, that seems to be about it. Beirut are down, Attard down. Okay, all right, we got a little bit of growth, not crazy. How much to donate for you to do a video on Subnautica again? A one-off video? One-off video, how much does the game cost? I don't know, $100? It's just the schedule is so packed. It's more that you have to pay me to convince my wife that I can have time for all these videos. Player development. Beirut are regressing, unfortunately. All right, players here. Difference in potential. Rita goes from minor to depth potential. Watts from top 4 to top 6. And we just drafted him. Was he already top 4 when we drafted him? I forget. -1 from Beirut and Attard. +4, +3. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sim to preseason. Scouting staff. So here we go. This is where we got to take care of the scouts very carefully. This guy plus goes to rest of the world. The cool thing about Subnautica is that you'll enjoy it so much you end up returning the money as payment for the fun. There you go. All right, let's get scouting. Unfortunately, this just takes the longest, but that's what it is in a draft to glory. If we're not doing our scouting, then what are we doing, right? Starting at 105 for the next rest of the world. Starting at 105 for who's going to do rest of the world. Maybe Klitzum. Hi, Desora. Thanks for letting us steal data tonight. I'm not sure if she's watching at the exact moment, but I'll make sure she knows you said so. Thank you. We got Christmas cards to work on. Starting at... Oh, sorry. Not... Oh, I have them in Canada. Rest of the world, buddy. That's where I want you. Where did we say? Starting from 105. There we go. Okay, rest of the world is taken care of. Now let's go to Canada. These two will be Canada, McCardle and Weiss. I wish I could just press like... No, I can't just go to the bottom and click that. Okay, starting from 39. Italian spotted? I didn't even look. Thank you. Okay, continuing from 71. A lot of Canadians. I'll keep him for USA. Stevens can do Canada. Lost Art, yeah, we're gonna do our first year Christmas cards. It's not like my parents do Christmas cards that are like very information filled, like what happened in everybody's year. Our Christmas cards are gonna be more like just like Merry Christmas, we're thinking of you. Not, by the way, we got married this year. It's like everyone knows that from seeing Facebook, Instagram, whatever else. I would like to get another one in Canada. I'm gonna have to send the Cavalier to Canada. I want to send him to the US. There's a lot of Canadian prospects, so you gotta do what you gotta do. It's hard to click through everything with the trackpad. Only getting to 139 on the Canadians. Yeah, there's a lot of Canadians we're not getting to scout, but that's just gonna have to be life. Let's go. This guy's gonna be unless Schwab does Canada and Le Cavalier does the US. Yeah, that might have to be it. So who's our top US guy? It's going to be Le Cavalier and not a lot in the US. I think that McCardle might have done it in the past. Cavalier might be our top US guy. Ugly sweater, young newlywed picture. Yeah, we're gonna add a wedding picture, but nothing, nothing too crazy this year with ugly sweaters or matching PJs. We do have matching PJ pants for Christmas. The picture this year will just be a wedding picture. All right, so Le Cavalier, ça va être les États-Unis pour toi, mon ami. Jusqu'à 77. Picking up from 77. Picking up from 77. Yeesh. I guess it's going to have to be Patrick Eliash. And we'll send him to the US. 77. Okay. Yeah, we need just better scouts in here. And even then, it's only up to 132. Late picks are going to be tough. All right. Anyways, Schwab now. You'll go and do more in Canada because there's so much in Canada this year. Picking up from 102 in Canada. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see. Finland for Lettinen. I wonder if there's just less European prospects this year. Yeah, it looks like it. In Finland, there's not that much at all. Wow. Yeah, in Finland, there's nobody. So we'll scout everybody, but that's good. Only need one scout in Finland. This guy is going to be Sweden. Might be a bit more in Sweden, it looks like. Not in Sweden, but Swedish prospects. 124 for another Sweden scout. 124 for Johnny Oduya. There you go. Yeah, I think the scouting's going to be another good year. Or a decent year, as good as it gets. Done. Who's left now? Russia. Klesla and Viborny for Russia. Yeah, that'll be it. Good. Worked out. Russia with numbers 1 and 10 and then pretty much nothing else. Yeah, that's how it looked like. Not that much in Russia anyways. Maybe I'll send that scout somewhere. Do we pick up from 182 in Russia? Or maybe send Viborny to the US, even though he's only at 10 on the US. Sending him to the US might be best, actually. Because in the US, picking up from 134, yeah. We'll do the US. Even though he's only at 10, we'll do US for the Viborny. All right. Finland. Where's the leak, ma'am? Elite reference. All right. There's the scouting. Good. Now we can sim to preseason, correct? Sim to preseason. Let's go to, yeah, we'll get all that ready in just a moment. Preseason time. We'll let the game do it at once, pretty much, for the lineup. Rubric, can you get Rubric in the lineup, please? Best preseason, as long as he plays somewhere in there, I hope. Dupont playing on the first pair. Let's just get through the preseason. Let the game do it at once for that. Best lines. We are 0-3-1. Will we get more than 4 wins this year? We'll find out. And last game of the preseason. Best lines. Oh my goodness. All right, we're 0-4-2. Lineup. Did Rubric play at all? He did. 5 games, 3 goals. Okay, so now roster moves. We don't have much to even play around with anyways. So actually, this is it. No roster moves to make. Cancel. So best lines, but now I want to lock people in because now we actually care about. Actually, I don't care about anything except Rubric playing first line center and Dupont playing first pair right D. Hakansen, we don't want him to be too over his head, but we also don't want him playing third pair. In a perfect world, he plays where? Maybe second, or maybe he should play third pair. Is now a good time to mention? I've started watching Seinfeld. No, what? Hobbsy. Oh, Dan's going to love hearing that too. Yeah, big Seinfeld guy. We got to talk about that. That's hilarious. Finally on board. Love it. Rubric can stay there as the finisher, maybe. Everybody else can go wherever. And Brisebois. I can't even give him some power at penalty kill time here. There you go. Yes, we had signed Hakansen. I think second pair. Hey, Avalanche, welcome to the stream. One of our channel members, and of course, the maker of this thumbnail. I'm so sorry, Avalanche. I made a mistake. It was not 2026 to 2028. We just did the 26-27 season. It's 2027 to 2029. So if you want to update that, I'll update the thumbnail retroactively after the episode. No rush. Thank you for making that. Always amazing thumbnails from Avalanche. Thank you so much for his help. So Hakansen will play second pair with Ronnie Attard, and then Brisebois. No, we'll keep Bayreuther there, I guess. Roughly halfway through season 3, the cashmere sweater had me in stitches. I love it, Hobbsy. I love it. Thanks. Appreciate that, Avalanche. Okay, so here are the lines. Ryan Rubrick's on board. Landon Dupont on board, and William Hakansen on board. 3 of our drafted prospects as we continue to get better in this Draft to Glory series. Will we get more than 4 wins this season? We'll find out. We'll be able to start the player development on what, the 7th or 8th of October, right? Let's move forward. Go to captains. We're going to continue on. We're not going to use our young guys just yet. Adam already continues on as captain. Shaw and who's the oldest guy? Bayreuther will be the captains this year. When does development start? Was it just continuing from last season? Is that why? Okay, good. Let's see, the first game of year number, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's technically year 3-ish. Let's do it. The 3rd year in Palermo Portobello history. I say years 2 and 3, but it's kind of like year 3 already. I got to find out what we're going to call it and keep it at that. Anyways, 2027-28 season starts now. Get in your predictions. Will we see more than 4 wins? Schwartz on the second shot of the night goes in. There you go. Very good. Already past Vanacek, making his Portobello's debut. Here at home in Palermo. Schwartz with the second one. First day of the season, you come to trading? Well, yeah. Looks like the game already had guys carrying over from last year. Cagney says 2-6 wins. Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. 3-0. All right, let's call game 1 over. And 13-1. Shots end 50-19. 4 goals for Colby Barlow. Godin gets the 1 goal for us. Wow. Okay. Calendar simulation time. Are the development colors proper, by the way? Hakansen, it's red, eh? We should probably move Hakansen. If it's red, then we might want to move him. But we have an injury right now, so that's why. What do we do with him? Man. Will the game give us someone to fill in? If we go to lineup, your head of player development held guys over, though you could have your NHL scouts take over on the NHL guys. Up to, I know we want to get through a lot. True. Give me a sec. What were the stats on that one? So Deming 740 save percentage from Deming, who's in for that one for some reason. You know, sometimes we have a bad game, no problem. Okay, so Hakansen, let's move him down. Thanks for making your NHL debut. No, goodbye. We're going to send him to the KHL. Oh, he's ineligible, what am I saying? Oh, but we could send him to the NCAA? Yeah, that's fine. Green arrow. Off the NCAA. Goodbye. Now, who comes in? You tell me. They give this guy Christie. Welcome aboard. Okay, so rubric will stick. Back to development. Okay, so now NHL head coach. So rubric shot blocking, pause, can now be rubric shot blocking NHL coach. Hakansen and L'Italien will have to stay, but this guy can work on Dupont. And for Dupont, heavy year on Dupont. Let's go. The easiest one to start would be hitting. And then in the AHL, there's nobody. Paju is injured right now. I guess he could be worked on. In the entire system, top 6 England. Is he the one we care most about? Probably. Do we change his player type, Brock England, or we keep him as a two-way forward? That's a great question. Actually, didn't we say we wanted to change L'Italien? Actually, he's being trained right now, though, so we have to wait. Hold on. Where are young guys? Okay, so top 6D, Tremblay. Do we try even bother? Rausa. Yeah, England. We'll do hitting on England. And that's that, correct? But we could do Paju with our other coach, yeah, from shooting. That's it, because in the AHL, there's nobody. ECHL, there's nobody. So there you go. All right. Okay. That's done. Calendar. Let's get going. Long season to work through. Let's get to work. Basically just doing player trainings from now to the end of the year because we don't care about the record. Well, I mean, we care about it, but Paju's back into the NHL. If we ruin him, we ruin him. That's fine. Well, it's fine. It's not fine, but that happens. Hakansen's the one we have to probably be more careful with. But Paju's going to stick. All right, we're 0-11 to start the season here. 5-2 win against the Rangers. All right, there's win number 1. L'Italien, we said we wanted to work on fixing his player type. L'Italien. So we probably we said playmaker, I think. So it's going to take some time, but I think it's going to be worth it. And for players, did we do everybody with the focus? No. Let's do defense. I always do this. England. Balanced. Ellsworth, balanced. Rutu, balanced. Our Italian Fratello, balanced. Watts, offense. Rausa, balanced. Barbanov, offense. All right, good. Mr. T, is that you? Mr. T, I've been trying to reach you. You have a created player, my friend. There's like 3 Mr. T's in the Discord server. And then, speaking of Mr. T, the donation comes in on the side as well. Mr. T sending the donation and saying hello. Speaking of these donations where you get entered for a created player raffle, Mr. T, you won one of those raffles. I'm waiting to get a created player from you into our next series. So hit me up on Discord or just let me know which account is yours. Mr. T with a very kind donation here. Sorry I missed the fundraiser. Impacted by the shutdown in the States. Split it between the guys who took on the channel when you were out for their membership. Membership for Slim along with College Football 26. Wow. So thank you for that message here. Let me take a screenshot of this. I'll get to that and hand out the proper entries for the next one. You're not in the Discord yet? There's like 3 Mr. T's in the Discord server. If you're not, that's fine. Just send me an email then. I'll send you the information by email, but I thought you were in the Discord server. There's 3 Mr. T's in there. Awesome. Hey, thank you so much. Very kind, very generous donation, more than it has to be ever. Thank you for sharing the love. I appreciate that a lot, my friend. And I'll make sure that we get your creative player into our next NHL 26 series, which is starting soon. Let me get this out of here. Awesome. Best lines. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. You'll sign up soon. Okay, so either that or send me an email. But I want to make sure you get your player in there. All right, now Canton's development is done. I hope that things have been going, back off the ground and back to normal-ish enough with the shutdown over and all that now. Hackensen shot blocking over the NCAA. You got my support. What a legend. What a legend. The real Mr. T on Discord. Yeah, we want the real one in there. I'm going to delete all the other Mr. T's. We want the real Mr. T. All right. Keep on. We're 1-19-1. Keep it rolling. Rubrik's done the shot blocking. Good. Rubrik can now go to offensive awareness. Good. Keep on simulating. Clark Bishop will survive. Broken arm, man. 1-23-1. Rubrik is leading the team in points. That's nice. 10 points in like 25 games. Hopefully it doesn't kill his development. I know it's going to hurt. Hopefully it doesn't kill the development, though. Paju's done. We're going to get a lot of love to Paju this season. He's like the only guy that we're going to be working on. Actually, defensive awareness is what we'll do. Keep on going. This keeps every 2 seconds. England is done. Anyone else we really want to focus on? Not much. The Italian Torchio. But it's tough with the... Did Barabanov's potential go up, by the way? With the chance of him actually doing anything. But he is an Italian bello. So let's give the Fratello a little bit of love. And we'll work on Torchio. He's a two-way forward. Work on his passing. We'll give Torchio a little bit of love as an Italian Fratello. All right, continuing on. Best lines for health. Very good. 4-3 win against the Panthers. There is our second win of the season. Italian World Juniors coming up. Can we survive again? Last year we stayed in Division 1. Torchio, he's going to be the star on the team here. That's why we took him. 60 overall Torchio. There you go. Do we have even enough players? Not even. So what do we do? I chose too many players. There you go. 15-year-old goalie's gonna have to stay. You're staying home, man. Or also could be good since his likelihood to reach potential is high. True. So let's do Rausa next. All right, we have 4 players from Palermo making it. Very good. Let's advance our game 1. Haven't played it yet. Zupon done his hitting. Landon Zupon. Let's do probably shooting, I guess, then defensive awareness after that. Okay. Still haven't played yet. Come on, game 1 of the tournament. Actually, then 2 games pop up out of nowhere. We're 0-2, negative 15 goal differential. Yikes. Okay. 0-2. Try and stay in Division 1, boys. Come on. 0-3. Negative 19 goal differential. The rookies are not looking as good this year. Fighting to stay afloat. There's Lynn leading the way. Of the Bellows, 7 points in 3 games for Plansar. Torchio has 1 goal. We're somehow not at the absolute bottom. Okay. If we get 1 win, that would go a long way. And we don't. We're 0-4. It's between us and Czech. And it looks like we're probably going to be out of Div 1 here in the World Juniors. I wish we could have done something about it. But, oh, that's too bad. Torchio did okay. And yes, we are indeed relegated as Norway is promoted. We'll be back. Sweden wins World Junior Gold. Hermansen 10 goals and 16 points in the tournament. Flew too close to the sun. In the World Cup, I think we did better. But yeah, the World Juniors, tough. 2-36-3 is the record. Can we get to 4 wins like last year? 2 overtime loss. That's brutal. Hackanson. Back to him. The 20-year-old defenseman. Let's work on defensive awareness. There we go. All-Star game's coming up soon too as well. Did I just go through it even? Possibly. Keep on going. February now. 244 and 4. Clark Bishop, there you go. Dupont leading team in points right now with 6 goals and 20 assists, it looks like. World Cup time now. Is the World Cup every year? I feel like we just did the World Cup. Did we not? I feel like we just did the World Cup. Giordani is another guy who's going to be drafted soon, it looks like. Actually, we took 20 defensemen. 6 defensemen, we need forwards. 12 forwards, 60. There you go. All right. Torquio, we're good. Where are we in Italy? We are in Division 2. So let's cross our fingers for some success. All-Star team is in this. Oh, so we totally missed it. Didn't even think about that. Let's go Division 2 here. Forza Italia, 0-2. Great. So forget it. Don't think we're going to get relegated to Division 3. Horrible year for Italy. We're 1-2. Okay, we have some life. 1-2, and that's about it. I think you get 3 games. Padju. Back to passing for Padju. That's into September of next year, unfortunately. Will we survive? Austin Matthews, 14 points in 4 games. 20 points in 5 games. Oh my goodness. Torquio, 1 assist in 3 games. That's great. And thankfully we survive in Division 2 with a 1-2 record as Romania is relegated. All right, now we can just go to the end of the season, right? Pretty much. 248 and 5. Guillaume Brisebois. Son santé est bon. Ryan Rubrick up to an 80 overall. Keep it up. Let's go to passing. Yeah, I haven't seen any of our development here in a little while. If we just take a little peek just for funsies. How we doing? Difference, sorry. Plus 6. Plansar 65 to 71. Rausa 62 to 67. He's going to be next for development. Rita, good. Rubric 76 to 80. And where is Dupont? 81 to 83 for Landon Dupont over the course of this season. Green development from him and green from Rubric. Okay. Even blue from l'Italien right now. Let's do it. Ah ouais. Ah ouais, l'Italien. Oui, montre-moi ça, mon ami. In 27 days, we'll start Rausa. Let's go down. All right. Sim. What? 3 back. What? 3-2 overtime win, then a loss, then another 3-2 overtime win. We win 2 games in the span of 3 days, or we win 2 out of 3 games for the first time in franchise history, it looks like. There's our 4th win. 3-2 overtime win, then a loss, and a 3-2 overtime win. We'll skip through the deadline. Nothing to do, of course, there for us. And that's 2-8-0 in our last 10 games. Are there more dubs in there? There's our 4th win. Will we hit 5? Will we hit a new franchise record of 5 wins? Another overtime loss there against Dallas. Streaky team. All right, Torquio's done. We're going to throw a bone to Rausa now. I almost do l'Italien with his blue development curve right now, but Rausa with a high potential. Eesh, these are long. What is he again? Power forward? Let's go shooting, I guess. That'll carry over to next year. 4, 59, and 6. Those overtime losses. Those another overtime loss. Man, how many of those could have actually been dubs? So close. Vanacek trying to hold it down for us. Back to age. Do we go back to England now? Yeah, I'll go to England. And we'll say defensive awareness. No, shot blocking. Do that. All right. So, Mr. T, that donation, you said that is to go towards CFB 26. I'll make sure it goes to the right place. Maybe some Christmas streams. Landon Zupon is done. My mouse is having a hard time, actually, right now. Zupon had an 84 overall. Big year from Zupon. Defensive awareness goes up. Let's just save here. My mouse is giving me trouble. I don't want to have anything go wrong. And then we'll get to the end of the year. Last game of the year will be up against the San Jose Sharks. Will we get that 5th win, new franchise record? Will we hit it? 8-1, back-to-back 8-1 losses. 8-0 loss, 9-1 loss. Another overtime loss. Here we go. Last game of the season. Will we hit a 5th win, new franchise record? Here we go. In Palermo, no less. A casa. Let's go. First period, shot 7-5 through 10 minutes. Sharks leading, but we're holding our own-ish. They're trying to pull away a little bit. Yeah, 14-6. Hold on. Done from Leonard and Zupon. His 33rd assist for Leonard Zupon. We have a 1-0 lead through the first period. How about that? Second period here in Palermo. William Eklund ties this game at 1. The first on 19 shots passed, I would assume, Vitek Vanacek. 1-1 game, getting close to the halfway point of the game so far. Shots more than double, close to triple in the Sharks' favor. 29-12 right now. Power play Palermo, and Celebrini scores his 41st goal to make it 2-1 Sharks. From down 1-0, they're now up 2-1. Power play, Quinton Musty with his 15th. That might be all she wrote. Shots 33-14. We're now down by 2. Make it down by 3 as Kershev gets another on the power play. So you're saying there's a chance? No, I'm not. Cagney had some hope. Doesn't look like it's going to be able to happen now. Here, moving into the third period. Shots 39-15 with 15 minutes to go. 12-10. All right, and hold on. Adam Ernie from Bayreuther and Peterson. Down by 2, 8 minutes to go. I don't know if they have it in them. Power play Sharks. That'll put it to bed. All right, so another season in franchise history down. 3 years now completed in Palermo history. 2 wins, 4 wins, 4 wins. The draft to glory continues, and it's another year in the book as Landon Zupon, with the rookie, scores 41 points. Great job to lead the team in scoring, and Ryan Rubrick right behind him, 18 goals and 31 points, playing first-line center minutes. -97 from him, -68 for Zupon. At least they got some growth, but yeah, and Paju, only 11, what? He only played 11 games? Why did the game not put him in? That's terrible. At least we got him to develop a little bit. But that's that. 470-8. Lots of overtime losses. It was a step forward this year. We'll call it that. If they keep this up, someone's going to accuse them of tanking. No, we're playing our best. Need a little water there after another big season in the books. All right, your 2028 Stanley Cup champions. Let's see. Will be the Sharks. I wonder. They look like a good team. Here in June, award ceremony. They want to tell me who won the cup. Will they tell me? The Winnipeg Jets are your Stanley Cup champions for the second time in 3 years. All right. Reveal the awards. Let's check it out. Hart goes to McDavid. Conn Smythe to Hellebuck, his second Conn Smythe, even better than the first time at a .939 save percentage. Art Ross McDavid with 152 points. Calder to Whitelaw with 64 points. Nothing for Zupon, sadly. I wonder if he was a nominee, though. Nemec wins the James Norris. Jackson Lacombe with 89 points wins the Paul Coffey. Demidov wins the Selke in 2028. Vezina to Swayman. Oh, my goodness. All right. So there are the awards. Retirement now. We're getting ready for the draft lottery, and we're going to be able to see the next draft before you know it. There you go. Another year in the world. Stats, I wonder. Of course, not for Palermo. But look at all. Lucas Raymond, 27 points in 22 games. Cole Perfetti. A lot of big names for the Jets there. Retirement. Let's see. Alexander Ovechkin calls it a career at 42 years of age. He surpasses 1,000 goals and calls it. 1,709 games played, 1,005 goals, 832 assists, 1,837 points. Kopitar, Perry, Stamkos, Carlson, Kulikov, Spurgeon, Falk, Pietrangelo, Killorn, all calling it a career. Mr. G, the money is towards the game, or if you have other priorities, it's all good. I just wanted to provide my support. I salute you, my friend. Thank you very much for that. I enjoyed CFB 25. I'd like to get into CFB 26. It's always just a matter of time with all the series we have going. 2 NHL series and HLM series. It's a lot, but I would very much like to do so. So thanks for making it a little bit easier. Draft lottery now. Let's see it. Draft lottery. So year 1, we drop 1 to 3. Year 2, we win. The Penguins are here again trying to fight with us. Will we get that first pick? Who's even going to be going at the top of the prospects? We don't know yet. Seattle has 7 and 8. Here we go. Starting the lottery. New Jersey stays at 16. There's been a couple of big jumps in recent history. Anaheim, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Toronto, St. Louis, San Jose, Seattle. So there's a jump here. Someone jumped around 9. Seattle, both their picks drop. You use the donation towards what you think is best. Thank you, Mr. T. It means more than you know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Buffalo, Utah, Nashville, Chicago. Okay, so we have a top 3 pick. Hopefully there's just one jump, maybe from 10, maybe, no. I don't know if it's from 9, it would be to 1. Here we go at 3. No! Palermo drops 2 spots again. Pittsburgh jumps to 1. And Vancouver jumps from 9 to 2, jumping 7 spots. And we pick 3rd. Ah, man. Still a good pick, but that is really too bad. All right, let's take care of the staff here. We'll extend everybody for now. And we'll see what has to be done with who becomes available on July 1st. Extend everybody. Extend. All of our scouts are good. Patrick O'Sullivan. Shout out to Peter O'Sullivan from our Senators HLM. The 1 stream I missed, we get 1st overall. The 2 I'm here, we get 3rd. Hobbsy plus the Blue Jays. Something's going on, man. All right, so looking at the prospects who are out here, it's going to be Maddox Schultz going 1st, most likely. Then Pugh, I would bet. Do we go Hollowaychuk? Who's this guy? Louis Oscar Hollowaychuk. 119 points. Sheesh. There's also Di Domenicantonio. Enzo, we got to go for the Italian. He's Canadian, but Enzo Di Domenicantonio. Oh, Enzo Di Domenicantonio. Come va? Yeah, I think that's got to be Enzo. We'll see who drops. If 1 or 2 drop, I think we go with them. But if it's 3 and 1 and 2 have gone, Di Domenicantonio, it's got to be him. Charbonneau is also tempting with 88 potential overall. Zach Charbonneau. Hollowaychuk is really good. He's a center sniper. True. Even this guy, Pominville, 90 potential overall playmaker, Jaden Pominville. Boy, this is going to be a tough pick. Any goalies out here? Yeah, Bergeron, this guy, potential overall of 90 maybe? All right, we're going to see who's there. We'll see who's there at our pick. All right, let's get to the draft and find out. Draft time. Here we go, starting the draft. So Pittsburgh has the 1st overall pick. Let's see what they do. Love the stream. Definitely have to get into more of these. Please, I appreciate that, Flamecraft. Thank you very much. 1st overall pick, the Penguins take Schultz, absolute elite potential at 78 overall. And the Canucks take Pugh, 74 overall, medium elite. Who do we take at number 3? So Hollowaychuk. No problem, Flamecraft. Appreciate you having some time to get in here. Franz Carhalati, is that how you pronounce it? Is green elite, they say. Right, but if we didn't know that, would we have done that? He is looking at top 3. Almost want to take a generated player, Hollowaychuk, because of his name. True. Di Domenicantonio, we want to get the Italians in here. I think for the series, almost we can't say no. I know he has top. That's true. He has top 3 projection. Might we have gone with him? Maybe. Somebody got to talk me out of taking Di Domenicantonio, though. An Italian, Canadian. Left wing. We have our center. We have our right D. I would prefer to take someone who's on the wing, right? Do we need a sniper or a playmaker? Keep in mind, true, Rubric is a sniper. Center left wing. Franz, 74, 69. Di Domenicantonio, 73, 67. Sorry, Italian-American. He's Italian. He's American. That's an Italian name. Minute 40 to think about it. And Holowaychuk, center sniper. Louis Oscar Holowaychuk. Tough call. But the AGMs have to speak. What do you think, AGMs? We got a minute to think about it. Holowaychuk, Di Domenicantonio, or Carlotti? Yeah? Is that how you pronounce it? Chakbano and Palmerville also tempting, but I mean, trading down from set to 7 wouldn't get us much value if we want to do something like that, anyways. But it's always in my mind. Hobbsy leans Enzo with 45 seconds to go. Personally, going with the playmaker with Rubric would be perfect. It's true. Playmaker, thinking about the player types, but there's a case for all three. There is a case for all three. It might come down to the player type. Di Domenicantonio is such a slam dunk. Franz dishes it to Rubric. Franz dropped 2 spots as well. Di Domenicantonio also dropped 2 spots. Franz probably the best option, says Cagney, but Enzo for the fun. I mean, we already have some Italians. 10 seconds. All right. Buonasera tutti. With the 3rd overall pick in the 2028 NHL entry draft, the Palermo Portobellos are proud to select from the OHL, Franz Carlotti. 72, high elite potential. Welcome to Palermo. What do these guys have now? Anderson Yonko's next, 74, high elite. Holowaychuk, no, Di Domenicantonio, 71, medium elite. So Carlotti, green elite, and a higher overall. Holowaychuk, 70, medium elite. So I think we took the right guy there. Franz is probably the right guy. Charbonneau, 72, medium elite. Where's Palmenville? Roos, Altorn, Van Krusten. Palmenville was high top 6. All right. Next pick coming to at 34 now. The guy at 26 is still here, Chapman. For the goalies, Brendel might have 85 potential overall. Hardy, 89 potential overall. Bergeron, 90 potential overall. Do we just take a bunch of goalies in this draft, maybe? Who we take here? There's Chapman. There's also Bergman. Power forward with 88 potential overall. Oh, hard to say no to Bergman, right? Chapman had 99 points with London in 68 games. Bergman 55 and 64 in the QMJHL. Hardy very interesting. What do we see here? Morris is interesting with that green potential, but don't know his potential overall. Yeah, that's the issue. And a 2-way forward. Hardy, the goalie, very interesting. You can get great goalies in the 2nd round. Drew, Gen Z says Chapman. Hobbsy says Bergman. Oy, oy, oy. I find sometimes these guys drop for good reason, right? Like Chapman's dropping, but why? He would be a sniper. Center sniper again. We already have a center sniper. His name is Lean. I lean for him. Who do we say? Lean Bergman. Green can be fool's gold in the 2nd round. True. I think it's probably Bergman or Hardy. But we'll pick again before then, if he's still there. Okay, we're going to go Bergman with the German right-wing power forward. Lean Bergman. Let's see it. Medium top 6 potential, 64 overall. I like that. All right, who goes next? So Brendel was medium elite as a goalie. Yeah, 51 medium elite. I don't mind that as long as our pick is a good pick. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get that goalie next. Yeah. Morris was top 9, thank goodness. And Chapman, medium elite. Man. Then there's me with pie on my face, right? Gen Z just shaking his head at the computer. I'm sorry. I thought that the potential overall there would have made more sense. All right. Let's sim to user pick. That is unfortunate. Let's hope for some good luck on the goalies here. And Hardy went, right? What? They're going that high? Hardy went at 52 with high starter potential. Wow. Someone really reached. Rare to see elite forward in the second. Parsons is still out here. We're at 67. The guy from 36 is still here. That did not go well. There is still Oten with 87 potential overall and Bergeron with 90 potential overall. But I don't know, green potential. What do you think? We're definitely going to take a goalie here because our next pick comes at 100. I don't want to risk it. So who are we going to be taking here? Do we go with Oten? Let me put it like this. Bergeron is even Chara. 6'4", better health. Bergeron is younger. Is that good or bad? Gen Z says Oten. Maybe I got to go with Gen Z this time. The health is lower, though, on Oten. Bergeron, we know he has 90 health, it looks like. I don't know how, but we seem to know. Quicker ETA, says Gen Z. Yeah, true. All right, I'm going to listen to Gen Z here. And we're going to go Leaf Oten. Welcome. He has medium starter potential. Good, 64 overall. Now, let's see the other guy. Wait. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I thought I pressed sim pick. I pressed sim to next pick. Hold on. So one trade we can make. Who would we have taken at 100? I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong button. Well, who would we have taken? Maybe we would have taken another goalie. I can't go back and just look at the potentials now and make a trade, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But we could trade Chara for another pick right now, maybe. And we've got a yellow starter. I'm sorry. I thought I pressed sim to next pick, not like sim to next user pick. I'm sorry about that. And now maybe we take this guy Power, 2 AD, 87 potential overall. Maybe that's just what it was meant to be. Gabriel Power. Well, at least we got another goalie in our system. There's another trade piece for future draft picks. We'll see who hits. All right. Hopefully, thankfully, at least we got someone that didn't have semi-pro potential. High top 6D potential at 45 overall. Not the end of the world. 166. Anybody with potential overall anymore? Potential overall. Not much. Names are off the charts in this draft. Franz, Lean, and Leaf. Hinga dinga durgan. Do we just take a defenseman? 6'5". This guy Mason. Mark Mason. Let's not think too deep about it. How good was the 90 overall potential goalie? True. Depth potential. Awesome. What was that guy's name again? Let's just look for goalies. King? No. Depth. Ito? No. Carlson? No. Witt? No. Langvin? Bertium? Lazarev? Bergeron? 52 high starter for Bergeron. 52 high starter. We got 64 medium starter. Yeah. And pick 199. We're going to get a few duds at this point, right? It's meant to be. Highest offense. Anybody out here who isn't a goalie? 62. Vitalinish, 20 years old. He'll be in the NHL sooner. Get in here. Depth potential, but 61. All right. Okay, not a bad draft. Not a bad draft. Karalati's a big one. Bergman's going to be good. Oten and Chara, 2 starting potential goalies. I didn't know Franz was a real player. I should have known that because he had a picture. I mean, some of them have, yeah, but yeah, I knew that. Okay, Sims contract extensions. Time for some of these guys to get their contracts now. So Dupont and Rubric continue on. Who else is unsigned who's going to get a chance in the NHL? I mean, Plants are at least got anyone who's 20. These guys are 21. They need to have their entry-level contracts to at least be in the AHL or something. Let's get these guys signed on. Maybe they'll be in the NHL. Plan start time to get him in the system. I don't know about the others, though. I'm not sure about the others. Goalies. No, sorry. All Deming and Vanacek. Deming, we're going to let him go at this point. Release. Defense. Ronnie. 1 year. If they're 20, you could always send them to the ECHL too. Gotcha. Good to know. So we have 3 defensemen. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 now with Ronnie. Hakanson. Actually, that's on. Advance a day here. All on board. Good. So we have 5 defensemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, who will all be in the NHL. Hopefully. Tremblay, I don't know. We'll sign a couple more here. So Brisebois. We still have 99 million in cap space. Brisebois and Sweezy. Okay. We'll let Bayruther walk. Now for the forwards, we have Rubric, Adam Ernie. Oh, captain, our captain, Adam Ernie. Get on back in here. Mason Shaw, another legend. Rempel. Leteri. Godden. Mason Shaw, wild legend. Yep. Okay, advance a day. How much cap space? Still quite a bit. 9 forwards. We need 2 goalies. Hold on. So Vanacek can get his contract. Vitek, Vanacek. Still need at least like 4 more forwards. So Peterson, Hamblin, Studnicka. Okay, that brings us to 77 million. 12 forwards, 7D. Well, another goalie will sign him in free agency. John Leonard, get back in here. You legend. Data, can you talk to Palermo management and see if they'll give me $1 million while they're throwing these contracts out? I think we can find it in the budget. I think we could, Cagney. We'll try and find it in the budget. I think it might be in there. All right. We'll have to sign a goalie on July 1st, and that's it. Okay, leave them. Dismiss. Free agency, Dougie Hamilton out there. Free agency, goalies. Anyone interested? There is Marilainen. No, I want UFAs. Medium interest from Janssen, 76 overall. All right, he'll be the new backup with Vanacek. 1 year, give him 15 million. Why not? I have 30 million cap space. All right. Sim to next round, and Janssen's on board. Does Palermo take washed-up high schoolers to play? Sorry. I don't think we can have that image for our team, for our franchise. I'm sorry. Fukali time, but he has low interest. I don't even... Sorry, that's another offseason of forgetting about Fukali. Can I just advance, please? We want someone with medium interest instead. They have to be committed to the mission here in Palermo, and they have to want $15 million, right? All right, year 3, I guess you could call it, starts now. I have to figure out what I'm actually going to call these years. Maybe it's actually year 4 starting now. But anyways, 2028-29 season, where more of our players are going to be making it. I want by year, this is, if we're going to call that year 4, I want by year 5, I want really only drafted players if possible, even if it's going to be a bit of a stretch. All right, let's see. Let's give Keith Tkachuk the nomination this time. Didn't get it last time. Yeah, I wouldn't want us to win too many games. So let's see. Ryan Miller is going to get our vote. Keith Tkachuk's going to get our vote. Patrick Eliash and Vincent Damphousse. Duncan Keith also is eligible. That's tough to say no to Vincent Damphousse. Oh, sorry, to Duncan Keith. It's tough to say no to him. Is Eliash a Hall of Famer? I know Cam Ward's out here too. Is Cam Ward a Hockey Hall of Famer? I don't know. Does Duncan Keith get our vote? Miller, Eliash, Dumfus, and Kachuk. What do we think here, AGMs? How does the ballot look? I'll give a chance any AGMs want to throw in their thoughts, and then we'll get going. For year, I guess you could call it 4, we'll say. 2028, 29. That's career NHL save percentage of 924. Zach Fucale to you. I like what you have. All right, we'll keep it. Ryan Miller, Claude Provost, and Keith Kachuk make the Hockey Hall of Fame. We're the only team that didn't vote for Provost. I don't know what's so great about Claude Provost that he has to be there aside from other players. Anyways, I love Ward, but I think it's this. I agree. So Ryan Miller makes it 100% unanimously. Kachuk had 29 votes. There you go, 2028 Hall of Fame class. Bit of a weird one. Duncan Keith still needs it. But Keith Kachuk makes it. All right. Let's see some crazy growth. I want to see a 90 overall Landon Dupont. Here we go. Oh, yeah, of course, Habs legend. But 500 points in 1,000 games. Is it that crazy? Winnipeg, Stanley Cup, yes. McDavid, 63 goals. Dorofeyev had 57 goals. Wow. McDavid, 89 assists, 152 points. Trades of the year, Clayton Keller, this guy Clayton Blumel to New York for Preston, Nordmark, and a first. Then also a separate Utah trade, Denoyer and Steen for Morrow, Boetiger, whatever, and Schwartz. Strome to Ottawa for Hensler, Beckman, and a first. Wow. Big extension for Austin Matthews, Connor Bedard. Connor McDavid, 5 years at 16.9. Matthew Schaefer, big contracts. Palermo winning the Cup this year. This is it. It's the Cup year. Landon Dupont. No. Sean Watts, plus 11. Great growth. Ellsworth, plus 6. He's ready for the NHL for year 5. Barabanov, Franz up to a 76. Good. Janssen at 78. Backup potential. He could be an NHL. Yeah, we could put Janssen in the NHL. We might have to do that. The Italian Participation Cup. Yeah, that might be it. All right, let's go to the scouting staff. Here we go. Any scouts better than... Sorry, better than... No, there's a couple 13s out here. I mean, we could fire Scott Stevens. Sure, we'll fire Scott Stevens and get Sean Morrison. No. Pelly. Rod Pelly. There you go. The head scout plus. Yeah, we have no specialties to do though, right? Because everyone still has no XP. Yeah, still like no XP to do any updates with. All right. Let's assign our prospects. Rest of the world, any Italians out here? Giordani, we see him. Okay, starting at 61. Rest of world, let's go to... We'll come back to rest of world. McCardle, let's go to Canada, I suppose. Okay. Picking up at 56 for Stephen Weiss. Guy Lafleur, okay. We'll need at least one more in Canada, starting from 110. Amadori and Giordano, very good. At least one more in Canada. This guy we might need for US and US. Let's put Le Cavalier in Canada for hopefully our last Canadian scout. It's going to be tight. Are we okay stopping at 143? We'll see. Now let's go to the US. 16 and 16. Pelly and Schwab. Are we doing this next draft too, or does that kick off next week? We're going to stop at the end of the season. So yeah, the entirety of 2028-29 stops at the end of the playoffs. So the next episode picks up at next draft. Exactly. I guess we'll call it year 5. I got to change the titles of the videos to try and get back into the groove. Pick it up at 57 for Pelly. 57. There we go. We'll need at least one more in the States. Picking up from 104. USA. I guess we'll do Eliash? No. We'll come back to the US. Lettinen back to Finland. Much in Finland this year? No, another year of not too much in Finland. Some guys we scouted last year are back for more. All right. May as well take 1,100 whatever off and put this guy just to get him scouted. 1,434. All right, Finland's done. Off to Sweden. Havelid. Is there much in Sweden this year? No, it might be just one Sweden scout. Yeah, just one scout for Sweden. We'll be okay. That allows redistribution. That means Oduya can go to the US or rest of the world. Someone's got to go rest of the world as well. Klitzum's going to go Canada or US. Was it collusion to vote our own scout into the hall? I didn't realize that. Who do we have? Le Cavalier? No, we don't have Le Cavalier. He wasn't in the hall. Oh, Patrick Eliash. Yeah, definitely collusion, and that's okay with me. So Canada, we pick up at 143 with Canada? Or do we go to US and pick up at... Yeah, we should do US from 104. That gets us to 160. Okay. Who's left? Klesla. You guys are all good at Russia and rest of the world, so no problem. Klesla, you finish off the rest of the worlds. Where were we on the rest of the worlds? Might even need another one in the rest of the world. Do we have enough for the rest of the world? I bet we do. 168. Okay. All right, Klesler. Yeah, I was right. There you go. Without even seeing your suggestion. Russia, 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. 175. I guess we'll send Eliash. Not Eliash, Vaborny. To do the rest there, and we'll have Oduya do the US. Or is it Canada? Canada. All right. And Oduya finishes off in Canada. Another year of scouting. There we go. I don't know why I didn't put the X next to the names, though. How do you know who hasn't been scouted? Starting from 143 for these 5th and 6th round guys. All right, down to 177. Good. All right, scouting is set. There you go. Done. I don't even have to do anything else. Sim to preseason. Vanacek, no thank you. Go to the lineup. Yes. So Rubric at an 80 overall continues to center the first line. Zupoma is an 84, still out here. Hakansen will make the NHL. Janssen. Oh, he grew, but he wasn't. Yeah. He grew, but he wasn't a guy we drafted. That's fine. It's only a 1-year contract, anyways. Who is unsigned in our system who might be ready? Contracts unsigned. 76. Does Franz get signed, or do we make his NHL debut year number 5? In year number 5, I think I'm saying in year number 5, we're going to have no players who are not. It's like only players who were drafted by us starting in year number 5. So these guys need, like, these 21-year-olds. Let's sign these guys and send them to other leagues if they need them. But let's at least sign them at 20. Excuse me, at 21. Franz will leave. Okay. Let the computer do what it wants here in the preseason. All three of those sign on. Good. Adam Ernie, Classic 8. 7-5 win. Are you kidding me? What? Year 5. That's our target. Year 5. Only drafted prospects. The Draft to Glory challenge started in year 1, but only drafted players by year 5. That's the hard limit we're putting on ourselves. All right, we went 1-5-0 in the preseason. Very nice. I'm fine with that by year 5. I honestly don't know how negative an impact it will have on development since I never do it. Yeah, we'll see by then. All right, roster moves. So we want Vananen up, Kalto. We want all these guys up. Plansar. So maybe these guys go down. Is that what it would be? Waiver eligible. No one's touching those contracts. No problem. So if I say that, then best lines. This fills the lineup. And looking at the potential, yes. So these are all guys we've drafted ourselves, I think. Right? If we look at where's the depth chart? Like Calto, for example. Yeah, he was a Palermo pick. All these guys, I think, were all from us. So again, looking at the lineup here, we're going to have first line rubric, looking at the potential. Sorry, I got to look very close to my screen here. Top 9. Plansar is going to go there. Top 9, probably up there too. Depth can stay down. Yeah, okay, we'll try like that. Hakanson and Zupon top pair. Tremblay and Paju there. Yeah, that's going to be it. So let's lock the guys with potential. There we go. Special teams. Just lock them there. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're ready. 76, 76, 78. Still not the greatest stats there for us. Down in the AHL, just best lines. Doesn't really matter. None of these guys have potential. And we're ready to rock and roll. They're the Bologna. The Bologna Bolognas. NHL. And let's roll into the next season. So, sim to the next game. We'll start. Player development is going to get rolling again. The first game of the year comes against the LA Kings. Yes, captaincies. Last year of Captain Adam Ernie. Bayreuther isn't on this team anymore, so I'm not sure how he's there. He's a free agent, so I'm not sure how it still says that. Let's go. Rampal, he's been here for a little while now. Is it time to give a letter to one of the young guys? By year 5, it's only the young guys. So you know what? Let's give Rubric and Zupon letters this year. Rubric and Zupon will get A's while Adam Ernie continues on as captain. I think that works. In the final year of anyone who's not an entry drafted prospect. All right, let's do it. First game of year 4, we'll call it now. I made a mistake calling it 2 and 3, I suppose. So we'll say first game of year 4 in Palermo. Let's do it. And then year 5 will be where things get very interesting. Can we surpass our franchise record of 4 wins? We'll find out. Here in Los Angeles to kick off the 2028-29 season. Power play Kings to start the second period. Killed off. Shots 14-7 LA. We're holding our own. 84-year-old Zupon in the lineup. There's Ronnie Attard getting the first goal of the season from Hamblin and Brisebois. 1-0. 1-0 Palermo. Full from Green Tree and Othman ties the game at 1. Shots 22-12 halfway through second period action. Into the, so we're just looking at some of the stream details here. Around an hour 40, looking good, looking good. Third period, 1-1 game. It's gonna be a tight one. We had like what 7 or 8 overtime losses last year. Rempal from Hamlin and Dupont. Hamlin now 7th all-time in Palermo Portobello assists. Dupont getting another assist, leading the team in points last season. 3-1 now. Plans are his first career goal in his first career game from Hamlin and Brisebois. It's a 2-goal cushion. Shots are 40-20, but could it be a Palermo victory to kick off the 4th season in franchise history? And yes, it is 3-1. Portobello's the final. Vanacek makes, how many? 42 saves. Hamlin 3 assists, Brisebois 2 assists. Planstar's first career NHL goal, a former 4th round pick in 2026. Oh my goodness, what a way to start the season. A victory. Oh, forget any 3-1, just a victory. I am shocked. How many wins will this team get? We'll find out. Let's just start simulating and see what happens. 3-1 win. That is wild. Training. Are all the training set? No, not even. So Dupont can continue. Hold on. So in the NHL, Dupont and Rubric. Rubric wasn't doing anything. So let's go back to, let's say, shooting for Rubric. This guy can work on Hakansen. He will do passing. This guy can work on, I guess, Plansar, who will work on passing as well. And then in the entire organization, we'll have Franz working on shooting. We will have Bergman, power forward, working on also shooting, actually. And finally, maybe England. Would it be England? Probably, right? Or Rausa with his high top 9. Yeah, let's finish off Rausa's shooting. That didn't finish off. All right. In the AHL, nothing to do. All right. Good. Let's sim. Here we go. Best lines. 8-0 loss, 6-0 loss. Back in there. Paju, yes, sir. Rempal's out for a little bit. 8-0 loss. Injuries coming. 5-4 overtime win. We already have 2 wins here. What? Another overtime win. We're 3-10. We're 1 win away from tying the franchise record. How many are we going to get this season? Get your predictions in, ladies and gentlemen. Get them in before it's too late. This team is flying. Stocks are rising. Back-to-back 3-0 shutout losses. Back-to-back wins. New franchise record. 5 wins as we win back-to-back for the first time in franchise history. Wow. Could we even hit 10? And a bunch of games where we can't even get more than 1 goal. Ryan Rubric done. Let's go back to him. Rubric at an 81 overall. Let's get to passing. That's about to be the next one, actually. This is someone else who's about to be ready in a couple days. Playoffs incoming. Yes, we're 5-21-0. Going out on a limb and saying 7 wins, Cagney. All right. Franz. Let's go to passing. Oh, shot blocking. Let's make him a bit more well-rounded. I'm going to say we get 9 wins. I'm going to go crazy and say 9 wins. Hakansen. Yeah, might not be good for his development, but he needs to be in the NHL now with how things are rolling. Let's go shooting. All right. 8-2 loss. 5-2, blah, blah, blah. Brisebois. 6-2, 5-1. All these little injuries. 4-0. 1 month recovery down in the AHL. 6-1, 6-3. Yeah, losses are coming fast and furious now. Dupont at an 85 overall. Let's work on the hitting. Yeah, it goes to next year, though, sadly. All right. So be it. We're getting double digits, says Hobbsy. Wow. World Juniors. So there's no World Cup this year, right? World Juniors. Team's slowly getting better. That's everybody. We have, what, too many goalies again, right? Rena. Now he's 16. He was 15. All right. Can we get back? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players going to the World Juniors. Can we get back to Division 1 with a stronger Italy team? Here we go. We win our first game. Big win. 1-0 to start. We're 2-0. We are 2-0. All right. We're 2-0. Let's go. Great start here from Italy. 3-0. Div 2 is too easy. We need Div 1. And that was what, 7-6 win? Did I see that right? Oh my goodness. Okay, Plansar again. Let's go with Tremblay. Louis, what's his name? Louis-Alec Tremblay. Mais ça va être trop long. Donc, on continue avec Hakansin. Hakansin, ah ouais, oui, Hakansin, c'est où? Non, pas Hakansin, c'est Plansar. Plansar, combien de jours? Hein? Combien de journées? 89 pour shooting? No. Le defensive awareness. Italy, a quadruple A World Junior Championship team. 7-6 win there against the Hurricanes. There it is. That's our 6th win of the season. 6-33-1. Let's go with 3-0. I'm not sure if we're in some sort of gold medal game, something somewhere. The game won't tell us, but there you go. 3-1 as we quickly fall to the bottom of the division. What? 4-1. Hold on. Back fighting at the top. 5-1. Come on. Promote us. Bergman, 10 points in 5 games. Good. Turkey, 6 points. Are we promoted? Come on. Yes. Italy back to Div 1. Poland relegated. Italy promoted. Awesome. 2029. Furio Giordani. Yeah? Forza Furio. Some good prospects in here. Adamo Amadori. Olindo Abate. World Junior. 6 wins, 1 loss in Div 2. All right, good. Forza Italia. There we go. Back to it. Keep on simulating. 6 wins. Will we hit a 7th for the meme? So, Data, what made you want to do an Italian franchise team? We're just talking about it with the channel members. Being Italian helps, but we said, where would a fun expansion team be? And I'm not sure who said it exactly, but someone said it and we went with it. Let's go with England, maybe. We just did Rousa. Actually, l'Italien. I was Playmaker. I forgot to keep working on Playmaker. I had to do that from the start of the year. Forgot about that. L'Italien. We're dying out here to get him changed to a Playmaker. But we're losing time getting him into a better player, So you know what? No, we'll finish off that development another time. L'Italien, man, we need this guy to be ready for the NHL. L'Italien too. Yeah, like offensive awareness. Work on that, man. Ridiculous. All right, we are 6-39-1. And then Franz has done his shot blocking. Very good. Franz hitting. Okay. Best lines. Humble brag. I suggested it. Thank you, Hobbsy. I thought it was you. I didn't want to say just in case, but I thought it was probably you. Let's go back to Bergman. Whoa, 256 days for shooting. What? These are long. You can do passing. Even that's a bit long. That's crazy. In this economy? Best lines. No, Dupont. That a 1-month injury? Ouch. That's going to hurt Dupont out for a month. Passing on rubric. Let's get back. These are all so short. Why is what's his name? Why are Bergmans so long? When rubrics are like 55 days. Lean, mean Bergman. All right, let's get that dub. Let's go. We want that 7th win. Here into February. Let me get a sip while the game saves there. Atkinson done shooting. Atkinson up to a 74 overall right now. Good. We'll get him to offensive awareness. That'll be right before the end of the season. Good. Don't let me down, Bellows. Mike Lack had the Portobellos, though. Yeah, it was a team effort then. No, why is it always World Cup every year? I made a mistake then. It can't be that it's the World Cup every single year. Every second year, fine. But it can't be every year. 2 more forwards. There you go. Torquio made it. Italy 0-1 here in Div 2. Lansar, get back in here. 1-1, very good. Can we get promoted in the World Junior Championship and the World Juniors? We're 1-2. Is that it? Just those 3 games, 1-2, now we're done. All right. Well, at least we didn't get relegated. Then stands munching an arancini and sipping on a glass of Nero d'Avola. Enjoy. That's what they give you here in Palermo. Torquio had 1 assist in 3 games. Nice. At least we survived. So Lithuania gets relegated. Kazakhstan gets relegated. Okay, so we survived. Canada wins gold here at the World Cup. No, it can't be that it's every year. Hold on a second. Tournaments. World Cup every 2 years, but we just did it twice. So how come it's every 2 years? I put every 2 years. So what am I doing wrong? How's development doing? Oh, I never updated the development. I never did this for the focus. I never did focus for some of these guys. That's my bad. We'll finish off the year with it at least. Power 48. Mason. Oh, actually, defense. Oten. Vitalinish. Balanced. Who else? Rubric. Balanced. Sachin. Seymour. Let everybody. Tremblay. Yeah, red arrow over his head in the NHL. I get it. I get it. All right. Okay. Almost done. Here with a 6-48-4 record. Why is this? Go to today, please. Thank you. Let me guess. I have to stop in 2 days to do another development. A lot of L's coming here. Lots and lots of L's. I think we're on like a 22-game losing streak. I think I saw, if I'm not mistaken. That's already done. Thank you. Yeah, we're on a 22-game losing streak. Can we snap it with a continued franchise record 7th win if we could? Rubik leading team in points with 35 right now. Goals and points. Dupont assists with 25 at the moment in the midst of a 22-game losing streak. Through the trade deadline, no trades for us to be made. Dupont is healthy, thank goodness. Franz. Lots of work with Franz this season. Let's go to defensive awareness. We did get a win. There we go. 5-2 against the Flames. Awesome. We got that 7th win. Big news. Okay, L'Italien, we gave him a little boost. Anything we can do to end off the year? No, it all goes to September. Okay, so let's do shooting. And then to pick up at the start of next season, we'll continue changing his player type. 5-4 win. There's win number 8. Will we hit those double digits as Hobbsy said? That was win number 8. Rubrik's done offensive awareness. Very good. Let's go to defensive awareness. Yeah, 49 days. We'll do that for Ryan Rubrik. If he's going to be our first line center, he's going to be better defensively. 3 more wins. Let's go. Actually, just 2 more now. Concussion for Dupont. Goodbye. Hold on. There's win number 9. Win number 9. It comes against the Jets. Will we hit double digits? 1 more. All we need. Plansar. Let's go. I guess shooting. Will we hit that final win? 1 more to hit double digits for the first time in franchise history. Can they do it with 6 games left? 6-0 loss against the Blackhawks. Flyers coming up. If the game would load. There you go. 6-4 loss, 3-1 loss, 5-1 loss, 5-4 loss. Hakanson there. All right. Down to the last game of the season. Can we hit those double digits? 9's already great. We'd love to see 1 more. Passing from Hakanson. Last game of the year with a 9-63-4 record. Last game of the year against the Red Wings, who are 51-22-8. Here we go. With Dupont still out as well, right? Here we go. In Palermo, benvenuto tutti. Quillen from Sider and Edvinson. 1-0 Red Wings. Speaking of Red Wings, new Red Wings franchise mode episode coming your way tomorrow. The first half of year number 4 in Detroit. Plansar scores his 10th goal of the season to make it a 1-1 game from Brisebois and Carvalainen. Whoever that rando that they added was. Very good. 1-9 in the last 10. Huge. Yes. Very much so. 2-1 Moritz Seider, 10 goals and 51 assists on the year for him. Burakovsky, 6. His 6th of the year makes it 3-1 for the Wings. That might be too much to overcome here. Shots are pretty close. Now they're starting to pull away, and there you go. Bransic Nygaard, 16th, 4-1. Shots 19-12 for Detroit. That might be all we got. We got that 1 goal to tie it, but not enough in the tank. Power play Palermo killed off, and Bransic Nygaard will get 1 more. Let's call it a night. 5-1 the final. We hung on. No goals in the 3rd period, but outshot 41-27. We'll end the season officially with a record of 9-69-4. There's still some stuff to be proud about. Very good. Ryan Rubrik in 82 games scored 46 points, 22 goals in his sophomore year. Landon Dupont with 37 points in 59 games, but just went down due to injury, sadly. Health took a little bit of a hit as well. Got to be careful with that. We have to be very careful with that. I'll be away, but sent. Oh, no. Cagney, thank you. Just got that now. Oh, Cagney, very kindly. You'll be away next week, but sending in a donation now. I'll be away next week, but look forward to catching up. Go Bellows. Cagney, thank you again. I'll make sure to add your created player raffle entries for you. Very kind, really unnecessary, but so very much appreciated. It goes a very long way. New marriage, house, all that stuff, and trying to take care of the needs of the channel as well, whatever that might be when game purchases and things like that come up. It goes a very long way. So thank you for your generosity, my friend. I hope Dupont doesn't drop to elite. I hope not. Detroit, you better do well tomorrow for ruining our 10-win season. That's true. Hamblin, Ernie, who else here was a guy with potential? Hakanson had 1 goal and 21 assists, 22 points from Hakanson in his rookie season. Okay, I like that. Up to a 74 overall. Plansar, 10 goals, 15 points in 61 games. Calto, 10 points. Tremblay had 9 assists. Pageau, again, not getting any ice time. I don't know why. And our goalies weren't as bad as they've been in the past. Actually, what if we look at our lineup like this, actually? Lineup stats. 14 points. Okay. Now, let's go to the playoffs. Sim to playoffs. Sim Zupon is healthy. Thank you. Thankfully, we still finish at the bottom of the league. Now, will we get that top pick? You're probably not as good as the AI-generated players. Yeah, sadly not. Sadly not. Okay, that's that. Good. Will the Jets win a third cup in 4 years? I wonder. Now into June. Let's see. Your Stanley Cup champions here in 2029 are the Secret Formula. Vancouver Canucks 2028-29. The Senators won back-to-back President's Trophies, but still no cup for them. Too bad as the Blue Jackets and the Canucks were in the Stanley Cup final. Wow. Let's reveal the awards for this season as well. Blah, blah, blah. Hart Trophy goes to Demidov. Wow. Demidov wins the Hart. Conn Smythe goes to Demko. Art Ross to McDavid, 125 points. 27 less points than last year. Adam Oates to Nylander. Rocket to Matthews. Skvortsov. Yeah, I remember he got drafted just a couple of years ago, right? Calder to him. Selke to Barkov. Coffey to Werenski. James Norris to Nemec in back-to-back years. And Vezina to Sorokin. Huh. Hobbsy devastated, I know. All right, year 5, prospects only. A big change coming next episode. In episode number 3 of this series, it'll be prospects only in this Draft to Glory. Finally getting to that point in this series. Drafted players from the entry draft only from here on out, from year 5 to 100, whatever we get to. Gavin Bayreuther retires. So does John Tavares, Patrick Kane, Matthew Shane, Claude Giroux, Hedman, Letang, Carlson, Marchand, Shen, and Granlund, all retiring. Draft lottery time. Cross those fingers and toes. Leave a like if you haven't already for some good luck. Let's do it. We have the best odds. Hurricanes, Predators, Dallas. All right, here we go. Goalies 2 of retirements? I didn't check. Sorry about that. All right, Buffalo, Philadelphia, Tampa, Anaheim, Edmonton, Winnipeg, and Detroit from Toronto. All right, top 10 now. Here we go. I guess top 9. Oh, no, there's another jump. There's always a jump. Bayreuther number retired? We'll have to think about that, huh? Where can I do that? I have to go and look. Vegas, Florida, Utah, Chicago, Dallas. Okay, we get a top 3 pick. Are we once again dropping from 1 to 3? Draft only players in year 5. Yes, that's what I mentioned. Oh, for goalies 2. Yes. Goalies 2. Bayreuther, the original Portobello. Do we do it? We could. Please don't show me Palermo. Oh, come on. The third time in 4 years we dropped from 1 to 3. Pittsburgh jumps again, up 7 spots, and Carolina gets first pick. Oh, come on. This draft of glory is not going to be easy, huh? First pick looks like it's going to be this guy, Dano. Madden Dano. That would have been great. First line right wing. Madden Dano, 90 potential overall. Then there's even this guy, Zelensny. Then there's Fabro. Briggs Fabro might be our guy. I mean, 90 potential overall. Maybe he's our guy anyways. Who's the best? Is there any defense out here? The first defenseman's at 17. Yeah. And the best goalie is at 19. Trigg. Scout projects top 10. Hampus Trigg. Do we trade some of our later picks to try and get another first to go after him? Some of our later picks plus goalie prospects? You'll never see me again. Hopsy, you're killing us, man. This guy Strong might have 90 potential overall. That could be interesting. But anyways, our first pick, we'll see who's left. But yeah, one of these 90 potential overall green guys. Fabro, Zelensny, a playmaking winger, hopefully going to be coming here. So still a good pick for sure. Other good guys out there too. Nome Donash. Let's get Julian Nome Donash. Love it. From Switzerland. Crazy potential overalls. Anybody? Caberlet maybe? Desmarais. All right. Aside from that, we can sim to the draft. Eesh, everybody needs a contract. Okay, let's do that now. Leclerc can stay on as head coach. Lavin had physio. Gotta be careful, no more injuries. Sasha Gotch staying on as assistant GM. Smithson, yeah, just contracts everybody. Arcabello staying as our coach in the ECHL. Good. He's a real player? No, I didn't realize that. Huh. Sebastian Pill declined. Yeah, who do you think you are, man? And all these scouts. Yeah, we'll definitely try and see if there's any new scouts available to us, but I like our staff. Just need them to grow a little bit here. Everyone's stuck at 12 and 13. Hall of Famer Patrick Eliash. No bias. There you go. A little extra money for you. You're a Hall of Famer now, right? Now he thinks he's a big deal. Hall of Famer now he's a hotshot demanding more money. Borny. Cameron. Le Cavalier, Vincent Le Cavalier. Ah ouais, mon petit Vincent. Ah ouais. Good. Pavel Bure. And last one, Bombardier. Brad Bombardiro. You know who. Okay. Done. Sim to draft. Here we are. We'll go to the draft starting next episode. So, looking at the lineup here, starting next episode, roster management, depth chart. Yeah, a lot of centermen, but center / whatever eligible. So rubric continues on. We'll have a defense, Hakanson, Dupont. Actually, maybe we should go to contracts. Let's look at contracts here. So especially some of these unsigned guys, these unsigned players, like Franz will make the team. England might have to make the team. Maybe some of the older guys have to make it first. I don't mind like a 21-year-old depth potential guy getting ruined. We don't want to ruin someone who actually would be good for us in the future, right? So next season, sorry, all goalies. These guys are gone. So our starter next year will be Ellsworth, it looks like. Or maybe it's Rita at 21 depth. Something like that. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that next episode. So leave any and all your thoughts down here in the comments on the YouTube video that you're watching or in the Discord server, link in the description for your thoughts moving into year number 5, 2029-30, which will be the beginning of drafted players only, including goaltenders. So it won't be easy. Might be a little bit messy. Rubric and Franz getting those top minutes. Will they be able to be a team that gets more than 10 wins? We're still some years away from being able to compete. And also let me know, do you want to do 2 years again next episode now that we're still not competing yet? Do we do another 2 years 5 and 6 next episode? You let me know in the comments and we'll discuss that for next Friday's stream into the continuation of the series. Yeah, might want to allow for at least Janssen to stay at goal for a year or two. True, but we didn't draft him, right? So we're saying drafted players only. Then maybe we have to put Rita. I don't know. Unless we say everyone drafted only, but just not goalie because it's too ridiculous to put a 57 overall in there. The prospects who would be drafting? Yes. Prospects. Let's do 3. 3 years? 5, 6, and 7? Here are the prospects for you. I can get any more information you need in the Discord server. Just leave me a comment or whatever, and I'll follow up with more information for you. All right. So thanks, everybody. I think I'm doing my essay right now. Good. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Enjoy a lovely weekend ahead. Be active. Go outside. Get some fresh air, that crisp winter air. Enjoy some time with the family. Advent season, Christmas season, holiday season. Enjoy a little bit of it as we're into December. Red Wings coming your way, and new live stream guaranteed starting very soon at NHL 26. I'm almost done the created players. I do a bunch at a time. I'm almost done, just a few left, and then we'll be able to start that next series. But still, Blue Jays on Tuesdays, Portobellos on Fridays, and our next Red Wings episode coming your way tomorrow on Saturday. All right. Thanks everybody for being here. Have a great rest of your Friday evening and weekend ahead. We'll talk soon. Let's go Bellows. And we're getting into the interesting part of the series in this draft to glory. Very exciting and hope that you'll be along for the ride.